Abraham Lincoln led America through the Civil War, one of its darkest periods, yet his favorite dish was a humble plate of chicken fricassee. Historical accounts note that his wife had the White House staff prepare this humble dish just to get him to not skip meals. You would need 12 white cat mushrooms, 3 garlic cloves, chives, thyme, 2 onions, 3 bay leaves, 4 pieces of chicken thigh with the skin on, chicken bouillon, white wine, and 100 milliliters of heavy cream. An optional but more traditional ingredient is adding 1 handful of flour. First, wipe the mushrooms dry. Don't wash them, then cut off the stem and cut both the stem and cap in half. Peel and dice the onions. Do not dice the onions too thinly. I find that just 1 cut midway before dicing is the perfect size, as this is because we want some of the onions still intact after braising with some onion pieces disintegrated into the sauce. In a pan on medium heat, add in a generous amount of butter. Ensure the heat is not too hot so that the butter does not burn. Then pat dry the chicken thighs before searing its skin down until the skin turns golden brown. Once the skin has browned, flip it over and cook the other side for 1 minute before removing them. Then sear the mushroom caps with the cut side down. Scatter the stems around the pan. The stems will cook faster than the caps, so during the cooking time, move the stems that have browned to the side of the pan to avoid the stems burning. Once the cut side of the mushroom caps have browned, flip them over and let the caps absorb the oils in the pan. Once there is visibly lesser oils, remove the mushrooms and set them aside. Then sweat down the onions until they caramelize. Keep the onions moving so they do not burn. You will see that the water released by the onions will deglaze most of the fond on the pan. To deglaze the last bit of fond on the sides of the pan, add a small amount of white wine and rub the caramelized onions along the sides. Then add in the mushrooms again. Grate in the 3 garlic cloves and stir them around. If you are making this more traditionally, you would add a small handful of flour here, which would make a creamier sauce, but I prefer to not do that and instead create a flavorful but less creamy sauce through reduction. Add in 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon mixed with 150 milliliters of water, then add 100 milliliters of heavy cream and then add in the bay leaves and thyme. Bring it to a simmer before adding in the chicken. Now you want to simmer until the sauce has become thicker. Do not boil it as it will make the chicken tough. This can take around 30 to 45 minutes. If you added flour, you would need a shorter cooking time. When the sauce thickens, you will realize that there appears to be lesser onions. This is because the onions have disintegrated into the sauce and the sugars, combined with the gelatin from the chicken thighs, have made the sauce thicker. Remove the bay leaves and the thyme. Right before serving, thinly chop the chives for garnish. This is a dish full of unified flavors. The chives give a fresh garlic taste that contrasts the sweetness of the caramelized onion, and the sauce provides a rich umami to the savory meatiness of the mushrooms and chicken.